All right, everyone, I am going to show you one of my hyper farms. If you don't know the term hyper farm, that just means it's like hyper focused on just one type of resource. I currently have open one of my 7 farms that's focused on food. Of the 7, I only have one that's focused on food. And for those of you that play the game, food actually grows the fastest. And also, everyone in my alliance uses my bank to dump food into, because troops, if you have a lot of troops, will just eat up your food. And so in order to not waste food, people will dump into my bank. I only have a few troops in all of my farms and my bank. And therefore, I don't waste food. So let's go to the town center and I'll show you. I have enough troops. I have one of each T1 troops. And the reason being is because this particular town center is 15. I have 3 marches. So between town center 11 and town center 15, you only have 3 marches. At town center 16 to 20, there are 4 marches. Then at 21, you get 5 marches. I will get a troop per march. And the reason why I have troops is so I can join Gang of Bandits with the other alliance members and get the maps if I fill up to getting the maps. And also, the marches can benefit you if you need to put out camps and fill in spots in your alliance. So I have a lot of marches to fill up spots in the alliance too, or other places, and camp. And it's kind of a nice benefit. I don't use it often, but it's nice to have there. Okay, this particular one, I need to upgrade one of the cabins. So whenever I upgrade to a town center, let me go back here. The first thing I do is upgrade the market. This might sound like an odd thing to upgrade first, but the reason it needs to be upgraded first is because this is the whole reason that you have a farm. You need to transport resources to other accounts. The marketplace is what is in charge of transporting your accounts. As you can see, there's a little transport button. Let's look at the I, which is the information button. And as you grow your town center, you are able to grow each level of each building. Currently, this building is at level 15, and it's highlighted there in one line. That means that the transport capacity is going to be 1,080,000. The bigger you have your transport, the more you can transport, the less it is taxed as well. As you can see, it's only taxed 12% of what you send. If you're not growing your market as you're growing your farms, then it's pointless. And the market is not required to grow your town center. But if you have a hyper farm, the market is important to grow. All right? As they grow all of the other spaces, I focus on growing the silver first, and then I grow the other resources below. The resources are separated by the train track. Wood, iron, stone, food, all is below the train track. You can't have any of these buildings above the train track. I focus on silver in each and every one of my accounts. That is because when you grow one of your buildings, it only increases by a little bit. Once I grow the silver building from 14 to 15, it'll add silver production to 350 per hour, as you can see here on this second line under upgrade rewards. I don't have enough logs and rubble, or stone as it used to be called, and wood it used to be called. I will probably still use that vernacular in videos because I'm just used to what it was before when I first started. So I'm going to go in and get some. I have some in my stockpile. We're looking at stone. I'm just gonna click on the largest amount. So I just clicked on the million. I won't go through very fast, but I am now building. I'm gonna ask my alliance for help to build that. So looking at food, let's look at that and let's look at the upgrade rewards. Food increases by 880 per hour. Food is what produces the fastest of the 5 resources, that not including the new resources. Then it's stone, then it's iron, then it's wood. Silver is the smallest. I don't know why wood is the least, because wood is used a lot. When I upgrade, I need to make sure that I am doing it in a symmetrical way, because in my mind, I need symmetry. That's why I focus on, once I upgrade my town center, the first thing I will do is upgrade the marketplace. But in order to upgrade the marketplace, you have to upgrade the quarry first. So when you click on marketplace, let's go back. The first thing you need to do in order to upgrade it to level 16 in this instance is upgrade the quarry. So I come in, the first thing I do is upgrade quarry, then I upgrade my marketplace, and then I start upgrading everything else, because as a farm I need to focus on transporting things, so that's what I focus on. I do a different upgrade system when I'm focused on my accounts at our farm. My bank is different as well. I don't even have very much in my town. Like, I have a bunch of blank spots because there's simply no need to produce anything, because so many resources are dumped into it that the capacity is already filled, so it won't produce anything anyways. Now, okay, the food in this one is capped at 6,345,000. So that will take at least 2.5 days to produce up to that capacity. I will then, once it's filled up to the capacity, come in and transport all of the resources to my bank. Right now, you can see it's only at 3.2 million. So I have probably another day and a half before it's capped out. And so I'm not worried about transferring it over. That's about it when it comes to hyper farms. I did want to share one thing that really doesn't have to do with the farm, but if you like how my town is set up, how I set up my farms, how all of the one resource that I'm focused on growing is over on the right, and the 3 that you have to have in order to grow your town is in this little nook over here. If you like how I have that set up, guess what? You can actually change your town. A lot of people aren't aware that there's a new thing that the last upgrade gave, actually 2 upgrades ago. When you click on the more button, which is the little gear right down at the bottom, there's the button called Town Edit. Now, you'll see that there are several buildings that are red. You cannot move these buildings. They're gonna stay there. Don't be sad. You just can't move them. Now, everything underneath the railroad can only move to another spot below the railroad. Now, when you click on one, say this wood section, every place that it could be moved to is green. Now, you're not just going to move it there. You're actually going to switch it to the spot that it is highlighted. So say this first one underneath the red building, that's food. Click on that. It's going to cost 50 in gold. I like how my town is set up, so I'm not going to spend that 50 in gold. But how about we switch the hospital with the barrack? So I'm going to click on the wood again so I can open up the rest. Let's switch the hospital with the barrack. So they're going to just flip on the other side of the research building. So I have the hospital highlighted. You can see it's glowing. I'm going to click on the barrack, which is next to the saloon. It's going to ask me to spend 15 gold. For the sake of the video, I'm going to spare 15 gold, which I have enough. And they switched. Did you see the poof of that cloud? How cute. So now you can see the town edit. I like symmetry, so I have all my cabins laid out there. And I know there's something. I'm missing the church over here. You do not need the church to build up your town. You do. It's simply you don't need it. So in this particular town, I did not choose to have a church. And I also didn't choose to have a jail either. You need neither to grow your town. That being said, if you want, I have some of my other farms. I did not. I just chose to have every single building, but it was trial and error learning. The food was one of the last accounts that I built, and I had learned from building the others. You can demolish buildings by going in. I'm not going to demolish any for this video, but I'll show you how to demolish. You click on a building and you click on the eye, and there's that demolish button. You can demolish now by clicking 100, but in order to demolish, you have to have, without buying gold, you have to have the building free, like the building queue free. You can buy a gold pack with the second queue to build and research. And if you choose to spend money, that's your prerogative. Please do so if you'd like, and you will build faster. I am not spending money on my farm accounts. I will spend money on my main fighter account, Knitter and Georgie. I've put a lot of money into Knitter. And granted, she's not very big. She's not very big compared to some of the other ones in our alliance. But at the same time, I am focused on being a farmer. I join in on certain activities. I join in on certain things. But I have a real life. I am going to school full-time. And I'm also working full-time. And I just wanted to make these videos to help you. And if you have questions, feel free. Feel free to ask questions. I know I talk fast, and I'm making these off my iPhone and just recording the screen. And there is background noise. I'm not perfect at this, so your patience is greatly valued. If you leave a negative comment, I am going to delete it because there's no need for negativity, and I'm just going to let it blow aside. And there's no need for you to be negative. I am trying to do these to help, so hopefully it is helping you. And if you have questions, I'd love to help answer them. I know I'm probably missing something on Hyper Farms, but I think I hit all the good main points. So hopefully you have a great and wonderful day, and see you on the next video. Bye.